Buddha and evil. Okay, enough politics. Hey, Swamp Picker. How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. I forgot to change my banner. Oh dear. So, normal thing, I'm going to try and list $500 during the show. Update this thing at the same time. So far this month, I've listed 42 items, and for a total gross of $2,060. My net is usually around half my gross, and they'll be at $2,500 at the end of the show. So I'm just going to fix this up so I can do it. Went thrifting today. Today was not a great day. Didn't find too much. That's okay. Last week was great. Can't always have a great week. Okay, so let's get started. And I'm just going to list these two things. Hopefully I didn't list these already. Drink cartridges. Actually, what I'm going to do is just check to make sure I can do this. I'm thinking I have. And yesterday's show was a bit of a mess. So I'm just going to check. So like always, I just start with .com. I had some okay sales last couple of days, so that's good. Get to eat premium craft dinner tonight. And let's just see if this is here. Okay. We're going to start with ink, just to get us going. Now this one's kind of funny because there's a couple of different numbers on this. And if anything, ink is definitely the bread and butter of this sort of stuff. And we're going to go recently, and let's just see if we have two. Yeah, okay, this is good. One is tri, one is black. They got 37, so I'm going to ask $24.99. The nice thing about this stuff too is it just happily sits away in all my bins. Doesn't take up a lot of room, and usually isn't a problem. It's new. I'm going to try listing this before, and that's what confused me. I didn't have the pictures for some reason, so there they are. And the box of the day is E32. Let's see if anything else here. Nope. $25. And done. Okay, so next, in honor of my Star Trek, we're going to do Star Trek Catan. Hope you're doing well, Sherry. Are you napping today, or are you listing awesome amounts of stuff again? Made it back. Good. Okay, so here we go. Star Trek Catan. I did can all the pieces. It took me a while. It'd be kind of interesting to know what my return is on my time for that, because it did take a while to count. Does anyone else actually track their time when they're doing stuff at all? Because I don't really do that. Kind of nerdy, but. I listed 600 this morning. Oh, way to go. That's great. You're kicking everyone's ass. Way to go, Sherry. Hey, 519. Okay, so... And we're going to just go ahead and say used. Okay. Now, normally I would have gone a little greedier on this, but I'm actually just going to go 89 because it's a big box and trying to avoid having too many things like this on my shelves. But I'm going to charge a bit more for packing, for shipping. And I did count it. And the box is pretty good, so I'm not going to say this. Go to my shelf. I love the little figures for this thing. Really cool. Let's show it. It's like a little Klingon bird of prey. All little ships and stuff. It's kind of cool. I can see why it's appealing to people. And that's good. And done. So I call that a 90. Done. Boop. Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you in. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I know. Hey, Craig, yes, it's a fast day. I don't know where all the time goes. I'm looking forward to your show tonight because I have a whole bunch of postcards I have to figure out how to list. So hope you're going to cover that a little bit tonight in your... I can't say the word. It's not euphoria. It's not emphysema. I can't say it. Oh, hey, Shay. I actually picked up something today I'm going to blame you for. If they're not worth anything, there's these little guys. They're not really Transformers, but they're vintage, but strangely they're not marked. This is just one of the things, and they're not McDonald's. So it's just one of the things sometimes you pick up and take a chance. But my favorite choice for the day was this. It's like sometimes, for whatever reason, Value Village decides screw it. You can't really see what this is, but this is a whole lot of Mega Bloks Halo dudes. And I've sold these before. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to get rich off of this, but it's like $4.99 a bag for all of this. It's like, I love it when you find that. It's like, just, you don't even have to really think. And they have all the little weapons and stuff like that, too. Obviously, I'm not going to match them up, but who knows? Mm-hmm. I like it because the Star Trek. I just spent 30 minutes searching for a silverware pattern on replacements, but I found it. Did you try the? Now I'm going to assume you did, but I just for other people too. Use the photo ID that they have on replacements.com for the desktop. I use that, and sometimes it does find it. Hey Joel, thank you for coming in. Yeah, they look vintage. I kind of ID'd them. They might just be one of those things that's vintage, but doesn't really have value. But I'll lock them up. Thamara, thank you. GoBots? No, they're not GoBots. I think they're just an obscure company. They're like I said, they're not even marked. So. These have been sitting around for a while, so we'll do these. Oogies or whatever. I already have a listing draft, and I have very little interest in it. So, some drafts. This is like kind of the same thing with those Halo figures. Is that there was a huge bag of these things. And I decided to take a chance. I don't think I've sold any of these lots yet, but I'm going to get off the list here. These clear ones. Oh, how many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that's 13 as well. Yeah, it's probably a little vague for the title. And let's go into E32. I wouldn't pick these up again if I saw them, even if they were cheap. Okay. My bags around here are priced at $5.99 for 2 3 figures and no guns. And that is exactly what I said earlier to my wife. I was saying, normally there's like 3 figures for $5.99, same thing. So once in a blue moon you find that, and I don't know what it is. I think they're just like, we'll let someone have a good buy. Oh, patterns, yes. No action figures today. Found a whole bag of Octonauts. Oh, nice. I have sold Octonauts. It was a sub, the dude. And I think I got decent money for it. I sold one of my Schlock Knights today, so that was okay. Not a ton of money. I'm just going to check to see how much. Just out of curiosity. Sold for $20 American. I spent a couple bucks on it maybe. For Ushis, try to set them out in more of a square pattern so there's not as much white space above and below. That's an excellent suggestion, actually. Thank you, Greg. Okay. Stock ticker. I find these all the time. This is a Canadian thing. There's a bad corner. And I might already have one listed, so let's just check. Do not. It's 2 words. Let's try that. I've sold all my stock tickers. So does anyone track their time, or do we all just like hope for the best? You hear this? Oops, I don't want this one. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to sell this. Not have to sell this on Canada, but I will, because it's most likely we will be selling to a Canadian. And different versions can have different values. So I'm gonna go for 69 because it's funny. Oh, look at this old screen. I forgot what it looks like already. The listing tool. Oh, it's weird. Okay. I paid $2.99 for this one. This one definitely has. Okay, good. Box has some wear, tape, and put the corner. It's good. Hardboard. used. And I just list. There we go. I used to take a ton of pictures for these board games, and I'm just like, good enough. This might not even have eBay skill. Old school. Why are you doing that? Does not apply. That's annoying. Right. Actually, I have to fix that because I think I just listed Canadian for that amount instead of the American price I was meaning to do. Actually, I could change it right here. Let's do it. The other thing you can screw you up as a Canadian is once you go on the .ca like this, and if you keep going, you're going to stay on .ca. Okay. We had. I grabbed one of those stalker ticker at the bins missing one piece. That's annoying. But you know what I actually do is for games I see a lot, and I just did this for Atmosphere, is I'll just keep the parts, and it's horrible, but I'll throw out. Already did it, but I throw out the big box just because there's usually no point in keeping a box unless it's like perfect. But usually there's one that won't be perfect, and I'll just keep the parts and use those parts to fill up other ones, especially games like Stock Ticker, Atmosphere, stuff like that. That you find all the time. Nightmare, my guild pile. I don't track my time for listing. I just work in the office for 2 to 3 hours, and what I get done, I get done. Oh. Yeah, before I went full time, a lot of people said you can't find enough at thrift stores to go full time. And, we tend to kind of, when we're thrifting, we kind of remember the days we find good stuff and not the days like today we don't find stuff. So, what I could do actually is take all my credit card statements and see how much I spend during the day on my credit card and figure out how much on average I'm spending at the stores just to see. I'll have to do that nerdy thing later. The paper show, yes. I track money. Hey, Tommy. I track money, but not hours. I tried to pay my car payment with hours once it bounced. Yeah, I meant like track your hours to see, are you being efficient at what you're doing? Like for this board game, like if I'm going to make up a thing. Let's say I took 4 hours to list it and I make $50, or I took a remote, it took 5 minutes to list and I made $10. Like maybe the remotes I should be spending more time on, just like that kind of concept. Paper show tonight, 8 p.m. Yep, highly recommended. Excellent. Yeah, I enjoy stuff shopping, but at the same time, I kind of like seeing the numbers go the right direction. And I think if you're not really tracking or know where you are, how can you know where you want to be? Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm full time. Yep. I took a year without pay from work. I'm going to have to go back, but we're going to pretend that's not happening. But until then, yes. Okay. More of this cream. Not sure how much these are worth, but we'll find out. So I actually knew someone who died of COVID a couple of weeks ago. It was one of my tenants who I knew when I bought the building way back. Unfortunately, she actually passed away from it a couple of weeks ago. Now, she had other medical issues, but still, kind of sad to hear that. Not to bring sadness here, but okay. Let's see this one. This one's orange. I don't see it. I think I have the red one. Yes, there's no comp for that one. I was picking a different one instead of trying to figure out the comps for something that's not quickly showing up. Oh, it would help if I actually wrote more than that. Pure vitamins. Oh, there it is. Germany. That's it. Okay, we're gonna ask $34.99. I'm gonna write this down before I forget. How can you be full time and list 1 hour a day? Tommy, I don't list 1 hour a day. I list 1 hour a day, 3 days for 3 days of the week. That's how efficient I am. Not quite. So I don't have kids. I don't have a mortgage. We're not going anywhere. So my expenses are very low. I don't have a car payment. So far it's not been a problem. And I had, I saved up money, but so far, the balances are going the right way. So, okay. I just want to not screw this up. 100 milliliter. I've always been very, I was going to say cheap, but maybe thrifty is a better word. Whoa, what the hell? I don't want any of this crap. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hate when there's all this crap. Let's get rid of all this. That's interesting. It actually says the number of searches here. Are really people searching for this stuff, though? I wish there's, maybe there is. I wish I could just clear it all. I guess then why should I use Cell Slimmer, though? Okay. Now it wanted something type. down to here. Okay, 35. Since I've done 5, I'm now going to update my little banner. Like, I remember, Tommy, if you're still here, you were talking about how much you list a day, and seemed really high to me. Let's see. Must do math. 100, 220. And so your income will be really high. Now, I know you've been doing this for a while. And to be honest, like with this, this time I'm doing now, my salary is about a third of what it used to be, or what I'm making is about a third. But I'm willing to make that sacrifice because work wasn't very healthy for me. Environment was great. The people were great. I wasn't doing well, so. I'm used to taking risks. I've always taken risks. Like I've done lots of different things, real estate and investing and all that stuff. I've done okay. So I don't mind risks. Yes, but I am scaling a business. It isn't a hobby. This isn't a hobby for me either. I'm very confident in myself because I have to be. Because to be honest, I love my friends and family, but I swear everything I've done, not everything, but I usually don't get a lot of support, and I do really well. And I think there might be reasons for that, but who knows? Okay. I find people prefer to be negative than they are to be, because they think they're trying to help you. But really, so many people are so risk averse, and they don't really understand people who like taking risks. Okay, so I'm going to do these. These are vintage oil pastels. I can't remember how much I paid. I'm also, I know this is a cop-out usually, I'm less concerned about money than I used to be. Because I used to kind of have the attitude a little bit of the more you make, the better you're doing. And I discovered that's not true for me. Oil pastels. I also don't have any children, so that's a big difference too. Okay. This is a good example of it. So we're going to use this one. I can ask a bit more. I think I'm being a little too high on this price, but also, when I mention my numbers, I'm actually being a little conservative. Okay, vintage lot of 2 boxes. What was this? There we go. To incomplete. 22. Used lots of life left. 2 is what you get. Incomplete boxes. Boxes have lots of damage. Okay, 45. Okay. Okay. I also don't have any other sources of income. I support a family, 3 kids. If I want to make 1K a day, I need to list 15 minimum for a cushion. Yeah, so that's a good point. You have 3 kids. I have no kids. I have no mortgage, like I said. I have no debt. Well, apart for my investment properties, I have very little commitments, you know. So we don't have all that money coming out. So I don't really need a ton coming in, and we like going out to restaurants and all that stuff. So, but it's been early. It's only like being, really 3 or 4 months now. Yes, children. Yeah, children. I don't have children, but I do know that it's a completely different ball game. Especially, I know you have a young child, and supporting your other children and all that stuff. It's a different game, right? I'm also 50. I'm not sure how old you are, but I'm just about to be 50, so I have all that income from all that time too. So I worked part-time, was laid off 17 months back. Now 2-3 days a week until things start picking up again. eBay kept me afloat. Just wish I could do it full-time. Not there yet. Hey, you never know. I'm obsessed with the planning aspect of this because I'd rather know the truth of how I'm doing rather than not knowing. And I'm at about 1,000 listings, so I would be more comfortable if I had 1,400, using the math that what I sell every month based on the number of listings I have on average for the last 3 years, based on my average net per item, blah, blah, blah. If I had around 1,400 and I could keep it there at the same quality of items and selling at the same percent or better, that'd be more than enough. So I'm almost there. I'm okay now. But mostly my mental health is a lot better. And to be honest, that's the most important thing for me right now. Okay, so I'm going to do toys again. These are, I really wish I'd written down a number. So I'm not going to do those. So these figures are actually pretty good. They're higher end Halo figures, but there's so many versions, and I thought I had it in the bag, and I don't. So it's going to take too long. So we're going to do more of this. And then one of these. But I know, Tommy, you said you've been doing really good. So that's great. You're definitely your sales are going up, especially at this time of year. You're definitely doing the right thing. And, when I drive around and I can do what I want during the day, and I would stress about money if I didn't have enough. So I'm not stressed about that at all. But just having that freedom, it's hard to go back. I'm disciplined enough to make sure that I'm actually doing work. Okay. And I also enjoy it. I also enjoy the social aspect, to see my friends, the learning aspect, and all that stuff. Like for a lot of people, I kind of wish I knew that I would enjoy this 30 years ago, but hey, what are you going to do? Okay, this one's similar. Bulgaria. I know if I use that as a cell similar, it's going to screw it up. Did I have that funny beat? No. And make sure that I'm doing the same thing. The other thing is I have a horseshoe stuffed somewhere in my body. So I'd be very lucky in many different ways. Okay. UPC code. This probably does have one. Four zero four 9639. The other thing I'm very disciplined at is making sure that I don't starve my business of cash. I know how much money is coming into my account every week. I know approximately how much are in all my accounts. I've never had to say anything like, I'm not going to buy that until I sell something. That's not been a problem. Get rid of this. But I'm not saying I'm not willing to learn, or I'm perfect, or right about everything. And I think it's really important, more so now that I'm older, to realize how much enjoying your job, as long as you can sustain yourself and your family, is kind of one of the most important things. And honestly, like I said, I am confident that the money will come. Because it always does. Okay. And if it doesn't, then I can always go back. Because I'm just on sabbatical, right? Okay, next. Big head. I'm just going to get rid of these, do all these here. At the bottom of today's description, I put down a link to a channel I really like. Well, I always say Justin, but it's something else. Of course, I don't remember it right now. If you like different stuff, okay, this one's not worth that much. If you like someone who's very honest about what they do, I highly recommend the channel. It's not like it's going to cost you anything. I wonder if I can put the URL. I don't know. There's none. Maybe this one's dead in the box. Okay, I'm going to leave this one as well. Let's try this one. So, another thing I did today, I actually blocked someone for asking questions, which I normally would never do. It's for the teacup I listed the other day. And I've already have 12 watchers on that teacup. And the questions were fairly reasonable. I just didn't like the attitude. And it's like, I'm going to check this guy out. And he's brand new. And someone already had left negative, positive feedback about him, saying like this guy claims everything's broken, and then another one had been deleted saying, "Oh, it's okay now," but it's like obviously he had tons of issues before with other sellers. So I actually did the real thing of blocking. It's like I don't need to worry. Okay, we're gonna do this one here. Perfect. Is this one bigger? Oh, it's just a different size, different shape. Just wanted to make a comment about this. Mental health, it's huge. That's why I left UPS after working there most of my adult life. Amazing money and benefits, but not worth it in the end. And that is my exact feelings on where I was too. Now I'm going to go back because I just had to put a year in to get at least some pension. My boss was great. My coworkers were great. The benefits were great. The pay was great. I hated the job, and I think when I grew up, it's like, oh, thank God I got a job. And it's like that kind of like imposter syndrome too. It's like, they sucker, not sucker, but I'm in now, I'm safe and all that stuff. And it's like, I don't think I realized how miserable I was until the pandemic. And then I was forced to look at what I was doing. And I realized I had no passion for programming anymore. Funny thing is, I remember when I was a kid saying to my parents, "Oh, I want to be a antique dealer," and it's kind of poo-pooed because it's not, we're in a government town. It's not a safe job, all that stuff. But honestly, I think that's the way I should have gone because I think I have the ability to be really good at it because I was already into history, already into antiques. I'm developing that feel or that kind of not sixth sense, but kind of like the sixth sense for when something's worth picking up. I've done that for a lot of items, and I'm starting that for paintings as well. So, and like I said, I don't really spend a lot of money. Okay, what was that? That was 30. Big head. Okay. I think, the other thing with the pandemic is if it's done anything, it's had us talk a lot more about mental health. Because it was always there kind of in the background. And, we knew people who had issues, but I don't think for me, I realized how much socializing I needed in real life and when I didn't have it, how much that was actually kind of keeping me together with my friends at work. And when I was started home, and it's not the same, and lost that, and I had like a panic attack and freaking out and doing, just talking strangely in the morning, like problems. And I know a few other people who went through the same thing. So it's not like I'm super social, but I still needed that social aspect of it. I like it in small bits, or I know where I can talk to people for hours. I'm always talking to strangers, like not in a weird way. I love those interactions. Okay, sorry if this is boring, but doing more of this. Perfect lift. And I got 2. So I'm going to see if it's worth... Well, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, when I took the photos, I think I took the photos with them together because it didn't make sense. But the other thing I found, like during this pandemic, is a lot more people are willing to talk about their own issues, their own mental issues as well. It's already kind of going that direction, but yeah, this is it. Hey, Larry. I didn't find much today, really, to be honest. Uh, no winners, but it's okay. Last week was great. Full size. What does that mean? Analyst 40. Oops. Well, pictures, do they? Where's my pictures? I don't know if I know the pictures. Go slow, Carl. In there. Okay. Oh, they're there. Okay. I'm adding one more photo. One fluid ounce. You Americans and your funny measurements. Not one fluid ounce. Let's take a look at the other one. Is this the one I used? Oh, this one fluid ounce. Well, these are much bigger. Oh, crap. Okay. I'm going to save that as a draft then. List about $100 worth during the first 30-minute show. Now building some TikTok, Instagram shorts. Awesome. Thank you, Eric, for joining. I watch the show, but I take all my pictures for this stuff. So people who are here, Craig, or Two Dogs Digs, Craig and Rick have a show on Sunday, 4 p.m., where they do the same thing. They list, show everything they're doing. Got a Yankee candle for my wife. She loves those things. Oh, a small little thing went off of me remembering about that stuff. It must be in my early days. So most of my friends are still there. It's definitely changed their friendship since I left. I think they're angry. They don't have the confidence to quit because they are not supporting. So I think, like, for me, all my friends who are there still want to be there. Like, they weren't feeling this itch in the same way. And they're quite content as much as you can be. But it's kind of sad. But I've never been like a close friend. Like, I text and stuff with some of the guys, but it sounds horrible. But out of sight, out of mind a bit for me for friends. And that's just the way I am. Like, my friendships are mostly based on common interests. Fair weather. No, it's not a fair weather friend, but it's just the way I am. I guess I kind of accept that. But my friends at work didn't really understand this idea that you can go and buy stuff. They just kind of like, mostly they would say, what kind of idiot would pay that much for a keyboard? Or what kind of idiot would pay that much for a toy? That sort of thing. But for all that stuff, like, I always feel that we kind of think a little bit differently. So, especially ADHD people. Hey, Rick. Thanks for saying hi. I think ADHD people kind of look at the other direction. And so sometimes it's hard to get them to understand what I find easy. And sometimes it's hard for me to understand what they find easy. Okay. I'm going to do this. So these are not sterling, the silver plated. These are from Burke's, Canada. Ding. Serving pieces. Hopefully I can find a comp. I'm working on video editing. Yeah, there's a reason I'm doing lots of lives. A lot less work. Okay. Where was I? This. So these are Burke's. Pattern name. Now, this might be very interesting to find this particular thing. It's not this. I also have a big ass spoon. Pretty sure that's the big ass spoon. Sugar spoon. Yeah, 5.5 inches. That'd be quite the sugar spoon. Yeah, that's not this. Okay, let's see if there's any. I really want to get this listed. So I'm just going to keep going. Let's put the word serving. I'll pick up a ton of silver plate. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's this. And this one here. Okay, let's just start by using this to sell it. And get that going. So this is 8.5 about. Just under 8.5. Serving fork. Spoon. I have no idea on the date. You're using condition while running. Yeah, perfect. That's fair. I'm actually gonna might have a bit of tarnish. Might have tarnish. And go here. Ha ha ha. Funny, Larry. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is what I have for this guy. No, it's not. It is not. It's this one here. Little subtle differences, but it's this one here. Oh, what am I thinking? This is taking way too long. Let's check Terapeak. Okay, someone got 39 for it. Someone one got 25. Okay, I'm gonna ask 39. I'm gonna ask 49. I might not get it. 44 for both. So I don't know if I'm dreaming. Yeah, that was a long time. So I'm just gonna do the update. So what is this? 120, 130, 160, 190. That's the banner. $4.15. Okay. So I have a bunch of this stuff. So what I'm going to see is if there's an easy one to comp. I already have. Knives. Whoop. Some knife. And this is a lot. And I'm going to measure it. Nine and a half. Yes, so it's not these. Oh boy. Spoons. Fine, I'm doing spoons. 5 and 5/8. Yes. Okay, these are definitely the. $4.99. There they are. Do you have any more spoons? I do. Okay, where's that? That's where I put something down. It's gone forever. Let's see, 5 and a bit. I think it's these. Yeah, it's these. Should I ask Holly about these spoons tonight? That's her question. Yeah, these are actually know about. I picked them up a couple of weeks ago, just before all the construction stuff. It's just Sometimes it's a little harder to comp them when there's not a ton of comps like this. And I have 8 rather than 6. Because I'm often, looking for silver anyways. We'll have tarnish. Where's that sale? It's down here. So they got 24 for 6. Okay, 34. My shipping is cheaper though, so I'm gonna go 39. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, see you later, guys. Yeah, I should be watching tonight. Thank you for coming in. So that's 40. The show's over anyways. That was the final one. So I'm just going to do my little banner. Edits. So I got 12 done for 445. So I didn't quite meet my goal. Save. Show. That's okay. So thank you everyone who came in to say hello. Yep, your sales are good. Hope your night's good. Hope your thrifting is good. Take care. Okay, bye. And boop, 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 boop.